I was the most skeptical person of this treatment. When I had first done my session with Derreck, I did not believe in the process at all. I did not believe in it. It took me a while to start kind of like trust the process, to let go, and to allow what he's doing to actually start to work. So for my pain, a lot of it was like disconnection. So I had been in a car accident. My whole entire left side, basically in my scapula, was just holding like so much tension. It was going from my scapula all the way down to my hip, into my glutes, hamstrings, and then like pelvic floor. So I was in pelvic floor therapy for a few years. I was doing dry needling. I was doing all of those things. So for me, there was a huge disconnection in almost every area of my body. So I was disconnected from my core significantly. My glutes and hamstrings, I had no mind to body connection with them at all. And then it started progressing over into my shoulder once I was in my car accident. So it was kind of like a compound effect. I had been having this disassociation from my body for a really long time. And then I had gotten into a car accident and kind of like piled on top of that. Then I went to an out-of-network physical therapy, which was great. They had done a lot of blood restriction flow therapy, dry needling, cupping, and things like that, but there definitely was a missing piece. So I went from out-of-network, and then I did pelvic floor therapy, which was great, but there was still always like a missing piece until I was recommended to Derreck. And then that kind of solidified that missing piece that I had missed with everything, of basically getting my fascia to kind of open up and to have that ability to connect to my own body again. When I had first done my session with Derreck, I definitely was a little bit of a stickler. I did not believe in the process at all. I did not believe in it. It took me a while to start kind of like trust the process, to let go, and to allow what he's doing to actually start to work. So I noticed a difference almost instantaneously within first few sessions of my body starting to like kind of open up. But I was like very go, go, go. I wanted an instant like kind of result. I wanted to be back under the weights, and I kind of had to trust the process and trust Derreck. So after working with Derreck, I started to feel like Superman, because I had this like connectivity to my body again. I was able to finally feel the connectivity to my hamstrings, to my glutes, core exercises. The disconnection from my body was insane. And then afterwards, from working with him, the high that I was getting of like actually feeling connected to my body was unexplainable. Like it was absolutely amazing. I was able to kind of go back into my trainings, go back into lifting, go back into Pilates, go back into running. I wasn't able to run for years, and this opening that was done in my hips and my legs, and quite frankly my whole entire body, just allowed a whole entire different door to open of me being able to do different types of exercises. So the other thing too about Derreck specifically is that while I was going through this process, my body was kind of being taken apart, putting back, but it was also an emotional journey for me. I was definitely a difficult client in the sense of I was very emotional in sessions, and Derreck just provided such a safe space in such a unfortunate chapter in my life, and he literally was listening to me every session. I mean, I was crying. It was a very, very safe space. So if you are on the fence and you're like indecisive about considering to move this way, I highly, highly recommend it. I was the most skeptical person of this treatment. And for me, it just gave me so much confidence knowing that I have Derreck in my back pocket. If anything ever goes wrong, or if there's just like a misalignment in my body, having someone who you know knows the body, knows how to open the mobility, understands fascia is just such a rewarding feeling. So if you're on the fence, I highly, highly recommend it. It is quite literally the missing piece that you're missing in your treatment.